We have very different views on appropriate undergarments.
Lena thinks you should wash your hair only once a week.
Of course she does. As it relates to appropriate undergarments for Lena Dunham, might I suggest a tarp? Let's set this. There was a video put out by, what's the name of the...
Now This.
Now This. And Now This is Lena Dunham and the cast of Girls.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
They're piggybacking off of the rape scandal, as they always do, standing on the backs of rape victims to try and champion their cause. Now, there's nothing wrong with championing an anti-rape cause. However, there is something wrong with lying about it blatantly, as they've done for a while. So, not gay Jared, let's run the first clip.
Hi, I'm Allison.
I'm Jemima.
I'm Zasha.
I'm Lena.
We may star on Girls together, but that doesn't mean we always agree.
We sometimes vote for different candidates.
Ah, well, right away they want to showcase their, like the HuffPo.
We're so diverse.
Yes, like the HuffPo board meeting. Look at our room. They want to showcase their intellectual diversity. For example, Lena is Hillary. I think Allison is Bernie. And I think the blonde one who's inconsequential is either Hillary or Bernie.
The other white chick.
Yes. So it could be Hillary. It could be Bernie. It could be someone is kind of neutral on both Hillary or Bernie. The intellectual possibilities are endless.
We have very different views on appropriate undergarments.
Lena thinks you should wash your hair only once a week.
Of course she does. As it relates to appropriate undergarments for Lena Dunham, might I suggest a tarp?
I clearly do not feel that way.
But there is one issue on which we are in total agreement.
According to the CDC, 1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted during her lifetime. And in 80% of those cases, those attacks are perpetrated by someone they already know.
And 1 in 4 girls will be sexually abused before the age of 18.
That's not true. Let me bring up on my screen right here the numbers from the FBI as far as rape incidents that occur per 100,000 inhabitants. Let me explain to you why this is not true. So this even comes from Huffington Post, mind you. Talking about this one study prepared on behalf of the Association of American Universities. A lot of people don't realize this. With a lot of these things, it comes from one study and it gets recirculated and people accept it as fact. Estimates such as 1 in 5 or 1 in 4's global rate are overly simplistic, if not misleading. None of the studies which generate estimates for specific institutes of higher education are nationally representative. So this person goes on to highlight that 19.3% of students who were contacted in this study actually responded to the survey despite the incentive. So that's a very, very low turnout. Specifically, none of this also, there's some fine print here that people don't know. Many news stories are focused on figures like 1 in 5 reporting victimization. I want to make sure I read this correctly for you. As the researchers who generated this number have repeatedly said, the 1 in 5 number is for the few IHEs and is not representative of anything outside of this frame. So another thing that's important, sexual assault, an incredibly, it's not really a clearly defined term to many people. For example, right now I say sexually assault. What do you think? What you think may be different from the next person. Rape, we know. Sexual assault, hey toots, Lena Dunham thinks that's sexual assault. You may think it's groping. So we need to be clear that they're using this study, and they even often go as far as to say 1 in 5 or 1 in 4 women are raped. In this survey, sexual assault means non-consensual sexual contact involving sexual penetration or touching. Sexual touching includes kissing as well as rubbing up against each other in a sexual way. What about non-consensual? This means either that the act was physically forced or the person's consent could not be obtained, this is important, because they were passed out, asleep, or incapacitated due to drugs or alcohol. But no definition of incapacitated is even given. So that's important to note. Do you see how we've broadened this in a very, very small sample study where only 19% of people responded, and now you're looking at actually the number, it's still less than 1 in 5 if you look at the actual research, and it's sexual assault, a broadly defined term, including intoxicated or incapacitated, which isn't clearly defined. People responding. So in other words, anyone who responded to this survey, less than 20% of people asked, who took the time out of their day to claim they were raped, could have been, under this survey, legitimately saying, yeah, I had drunken sex once.
This isn't a secret.
It's reality.
It's not reality. It's a lie. We just proved that it isn't. The FBI proves that it isn't. So this is so important because they start off with, these are the statistics. And then they come back to, it's like hypnosis. It's not a secret. It's reality. Well, it's a double extra secret. Because it's fantasy.
So why is our default reaction as a society to disbelief?
Or to silence.
Or to shame.
Who says it's our instinct to disbelieve? What statistic reflects that? Why is there instinct? Do you have any kind of data to prove that our instinct is to simply say, rape? They say, why is this our reaction? Why don't we do something? Lena Dunham didn't do anything. Lena Dunham claims she was raped. We did our research. She wasn't raped. But let's assume Lena Dunham is raped. Well, why didn't you do it? By doing something, do you mean releasing a PSA where you spout some false statistics about rape and tell everyone that it's their duty to speak out? Why don't you actually go through the process? Why don't you charge the guy with rape, Lena Dunham? Well, here's the thing. They say, well, most women are afraid to come forward, so that's our role here. 1 in 5 women are raped. Most women are afraid to come forward. All you do is come forward. All these women, all you do is come forward, and then you don't press charges. In the public eye, more women are coming forward than doing anything about rape, like Lena Dunham. Well, that's all you do is come forward. Well, because I'm being brave. Why don't you be brave and bring them into a court of law?
We hope to represent the solidarity and support all survivors should be able to find.
Which may be the first time that 4 white women can accurately represent anything.
What does that even mean? Are you girls so afraid of the social justice warrior monsters that you've created that you're trying to cut off the identity politics at the pass? Like, yeah, we're 4 white women, but this we can represent. Well, listen, I don't care that you're 4 white women. I care that you're 4 white idiots. If anything, you make me internalize shame for my race.
So please, support, listen, take action.
Okay, take action. I want to get back to this and drive it home. Yes, take action. For example, we were hit with a false copyright claim from Mashable. Now, unlike other conservatives who go out and they go, oh, we were censored, we didn't just go and bitch about it on social media, okay? We told you what was going on behind the scenes, we lawyered up, and we invited them to meet us in court. Mashable wet themselves, and it was removed. We won. We went through the legal process. Lena Dunham has that available to her with rape. When I hear people scream censorship, when I hear people scream rape and they don't do anything about it, it makes me think you're just doing it as a PR stunt, which is very convenient considering that Lena Dunham has used this to pivot to I'm with her is the hashtag. Hillary Clinton, who ironically enough was complicit in the alleged rape cover-ups of her husband for years. So isn't it convenient that right now, used to be everyone was racist, now everybody is sexist. But you can redeem yourself by voting for Hillary Clinton. And so it's time for all of us to talk about rape, but do nothing about it legally. Hey, if you like this clip, it's taken from the full-length podcast. Every week you can click that box down below to watch the full free video cast or subscribe on iTunes to watch on the go. Click my face to go to louderwithcrowder.com where we write plenty of articles, columns, and upset those who are easily triggered. Or click below me. There's some other video down there. I don't know what it is yet. Not Gay Jared is going to toss. It's probably going to be something ambiguous but uncomfortable.